Amigas y amigos de Progreso Hispano News, nos encontramos con George Marks, el portero del Charlotte Football Club. George, welcome and thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So first question: 23 years old, you were selected by by Charlotte FC in the MLS Super Draft just a little bit over a year ago. Take us through that specific moment when you knew that you were selected by an MLS team.
Yeah, it was a really chaotic day, but it was a really happy day for me. Kind of going into it, I'd known that Charlotte was interested in me. Had kind of spoken with some of the front office and the coach at the time, and they were pretty interested, but didn't really know how it was going to go. Maybe could see myself getting picked towards the end of the first round to, you never know, the worst nightmare of not getting picked at all. But just, tried to go into it with an open mind, and, actually getting picked, getting, the phone call that it was happening was so happy just to get my foot in the door, get a chance, and get a chance to come here and work hard. So
yeah, and then you were signed shortly after getting selected. Didn't get to play that many matches last year, but this year it's been a little different. So you've played 7 matches so far in the season. How's been the adaptation process? Talking to Christian, what the coaching staff wants, and also your teammates, because you started on the 4th game of the season. Mm-hmm. So going from goalie number 2 to being the starter, that process has it been for you?
It's been a learning one. I mean, that's the term you used. I'd use it as well. That's kind of been from last year to this year. My big thing was I wanted to take a step up and I wanted to play games. So, whether that was going to be with Crown Legacy, whether that was with the first team, I wanted to approach every single opportunity I got indiscriminately and just take the opportunity to learn and play games. So fortunately, that's been with the first team. But yeah, I mean, from an individual standpoint, it's just been about improving, soaking up everything I can. And when I get the chance to play these games, really learn from them and be in the moment. And then, yeah, it is different being the starter, learning the playing style of the team and how to actually manage those games. But that's also something that even though last year I didn't play a ton of games, I think I was onboarding. And, the way that Coach Latancio wants us to play, the way that he sees the goalkeeper and the team has become clearer and clearer to me. And I think, I'm getting to a point where I can demonstrate it at a high level.
Yeah, and then, like you say, it's been a learning curve. And what's the relationship with, Pablo and Christian? Christian coming off of an injury right now, but he already played the U.S. Open Cup match. So what's the relationship like with you three? Because every time we see you practicing, you guys talked among yourself. But in your opinion, how's that relationship and how helpful it's been for you, being kind of like the youngest of them three?
Yeah. It's healthy competition. That's the way I'd put it. Iron sharpens iron, and we really think we've got 3 goalkeepers who can contribute in MLS and have contributed in MLS. Me being the youngest and probably least experienced, but they teach me things every day. I'm trying to constantly watch them and soak up from the environment and see if I can take little things from their game that I can apply to mine. See if they make mistakes, maybe I can try and not repeat them. So it's it's something that they're always open to have a conversation with me as well, and we can speak over different things, whether it's goalkeeping, whether it's lifestyle, the league, things that maybe I haven't known because it's only my 2nd year.
Yeah.
So I can't say enough about those 2 guys, especially just because they've been so helpful and great goalkeepers.
And also talking about Charlotte and the fan base, it seems like the fan base has a really special place for goalkeepers. Last year was Christian, now this year it's been you. Several remarks in social media just refer to you as King George. So what do you have to say to that fan base that supports you guys, especially you, day in and day out?
Yeah, they're fantastic. I mean, they keep showing up. And we haven't started this year maybe the way that we would have wanted to, but they're always there in the stands, and they're loud and they're passionate. So it's really a source of pride for us at Charlotte, and I think especially at the goalkeeper position, you get to be close to the fans all the time. When it's an away game, maybe that's not the nicest thing. They're throwing some crazy remarks at you, but when it's at home, it's fantastic. You just feel the energy the entire game, and they push you forward. And maybe it's not as much of like a physically tolling position, goalkeeper. You can be a little bit more observatory and just see the game as it goes on, and just seeing how the fans affect the game. It's completely palpable, so it's great.
You mentioned an important point when you say from the goalkeeping position you can actually see the game. It's more observatory. so far after 10 matches into the season, what do you think it's missing, when you're at the game watching your teammates play and the plays being run? What do you think it's actually missing within the team when you guys are out there playing?
Yeah, I think there's probably a few things that we haven't done quite well enough going through the season, but at the end of the day, I'm not the coach of the team, and I try not to have too much of a hand in different tactical areas. I just try to one, keep the ball out of the net and make sure that my house is clean, being my position and helping out the defenders as much as possible. But I think it's a little bit of chemistry. It's about applying the game model that Coach Latancio wants for us, and as we continue to do that at a higher and higher level, hopefully the performances first come and then the results at the end of the day. But just defending as a team, attacking as a team, I think blame can tend to be pinned on one group or another, because either you're conceding too many goals or you're not scoring enough. But really, it's all of us together, and we all play a hand in either one of those processes. So we're growing.
We see you sometimes when the cameras are on you, when we're here covering the game at the bank, and sometimes we see you talking to yourself. Is that and we see that quite often. As a goalkeeper, what do you tell yourself, before the match starts and during the game, and then post match? I mean, take us through that process as a goalkeeper.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, as a goalkeeper, a lot of times in the games, you're not super involved physically. So it's, for me, a lot of it's about just trying to stay tuned into the game and reminders and cues to myself to be in the moment and to kind of bring myself where my feet are so that I can perform at the highest level possible. So, a lot of that is just making sure that my mind doesn't drift for a second and making sure that it's exactly where I want it to be at all times. So, that reaction time from the stimulus that's presented to me, whether it's a situation, a ball actually coming at me, or a choice I need to make, and my decision is as small as possible. So kind of just trying to defog the mind, and a lot of that is talking to myself is reminders, affirmations, and kind of cues to just like I said, be where my feet are and try to perform.
And so far, you've been with Christian for quite some time now. What's been the best advice you've gotten from him?
I think he talks a lot about just how this game and life in general is, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So seeing, the forest through the trees a little bit, and trying to learn every day and realize that the big trends are really the things that matters, and there's going to be these little bad things or good things that come about, but you need to stay even keeled and be there for the whole race.
So when it comes to, you've started already 7 matches for the team. What do you think has been the best one you've had with the team so far?
I would probably definitely say the one against Columbus here at home. Just a 1-0 win the game before last. I thought it was personally my most complete performance, as far as maybe I didn't have as many saves to make, but just commanding the game, doing the little things the right way and up to my standard and the team standard, which is I think some of the best things I do in goal. It's just the little things that aren't necessarily highlight reel worthy. I think I usually take care of them very well, and I did it very well in that game.
Yeah. Actually, I agree with that. After that game at the press conference, I actually asked Christian if that was the best all-around game. And he was pretty pleased, with the performance of the team. So, and all right. So for the Hispanic fan base out there, any message that you want to give to them? We know they're here every single game, filling up the bank and supporting you guys. So this is your time right now to just address them and tell them whatever is on your mind right now.
Yeah. I'd say first off, I hope to do this address in Spanish someday. Working on it, and we're doing a little behind the scenes work, so we'll see. I've got most of my directional stuff down as far as helping the players on the field, try to bridge that gap. But I will do this eventually in Spanish, but give me a little bit more time. But no, thank you guys so much. Like I said, we can't say enough. The people who are in the stadium, the people who are outside of the stadium, we feel it in the streets. We obviously feel it in the stands. Keep being with us, and we're going to continue to work and try and figure this thing out, and eventually give back to you guys everything that you've given to us, and try to make it a symbiotic relationship again. But thank you.
Well, thank you so much, George, for your time. Amigos, muchísimas gracias a todos ustedes que están allí siempre observando y viendo. Y bueno, muchísimas gracias también a George y al equipo del Charlotte Football Club por permitirnos estos minutos con él.